Are you a blogger, podcaster, or you write articles on your website and you have more than 5 or 10, 20? Do you have a back catalog of just dozens and dozens of content? Today, I want to show you how to take that content, repurpose it with some automations in email to drive hundreds of visitors back to your website without new content, with using what you already have. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the OTW Show. I'm your host, Paul Gatter, and this is the show where I'm going to get you on the way to creating the lifestyle you want to live by leveling up your business. And today we're going to talk about taking your existing content and using that as just a treasure trove of traffic driving, lead generating goodness. For me, I call this my Throwback Thursday sequence. And what I've done is I've taken every January, I've taken my top 52 posts from the last year in terms of traffic, engagement, and important to me, the RPM, the ad rate that I'm getting on Mediavine. I take those and I create a new sequence of them every January. It's 52 emails that go out. Let me show you what that looks like. So here's some examples of what I've done. Again, these are all articles that I've written sometimes months, years ago. And what I do in this, every Thursday, this email goes out. In the beginning of it, I say, hey, we have a lot of articles here on Powells.com. You may have missed some because we just have so much. And I really want you to see this. Here's one that I particularly like. In today's one, I've compiled 25 of my favorite Native American recipes. And have you ever tried cooking fry bread? Look at the recipes below and let me know if you try one. How easy is that, right? You write a nice little intro that's going to capture their attention, and then down below, all you do is put a link, a description, and the picture for the article, and this is going to generate traffic. For me, this generates over 2,500 visits to my website every week because of this. Every Friday morning, I can look at my stats and see there's a bump because on Thursday morning, this went out. Again, this is an automated series. And here's the really good part. You don't even have to tell people that they're in a sequence. You just treat this like a broadcast message. You're going to send this to your entire email list every Thursday. For me, you could call it, Monday motivation or Friday features, whatever it is. Send it out every week and just treat it like another broadcast message. So if you send your weekly broadcast on Tuesday morning with your latest recipes or your latest podcast episode, great, keep doing that. And then on a separate day, we're going to program this email sequence, and it's going to generate this traffic and this emails for you automatically. All right, let's get into a little bit more of the details too. Over here on the right side, you can see a list of all the emails I have. These are programmed. Let's go back up to the top. Each one is programmed to send out one day after the other ones, but I only allow them to be sent on Thursdays. So in Convertkit, you're able to do this in your automated sequences. Is say only on Thursday and one day after. So that's going to force it to be sent every Thursday. In the settings, I can also, here, I can again tell it only on Thursdays, and here's the time. I want this to send out at 2 p.m. on Thursdays. So going through these emails, you see that here are the titles of all of them. If we click into one of them, all I'm doing is creating a quick summary of why people would want to read it. And then here is the article and a link, a little bit of an excerpt from the article, and then a big button to get them to click over to the website. And here's a pro tip. Every January, I use a virtual assistant to create these. I send him the list of the 52 articles I want to do, and he builds the sequence and does the title, the photo, the excerpt, and the button. And he goes through and creates all of those for me. And then I can go back and add the personalized touch at the beginning and then hit publish. Now, for this year, we're in August right now, depending on when you're watching this. And I haven't even finished going through all of them. every few weeks, I go through and do a couple more. So it's not a big lift. And it only takes him a few hours to do this. So at the rates, it's costing me less than $50 for him to do this at the beginning of the year. And all those emails are done. Think about all that content you have, all of those hours that you put in to writing the perfect article. This is how you get your visitors to go back and look at it. Let's look at how we set this up as far as the rules in Convertkit. Let's look at the automation, and let me show you how you set the automation up to make sure all of your new subscribers are put into this sequence. No matter which sequence or segment you come into my email list, I always funnel everybody into one sequence. It's only a 3 email sequence called Find a Powwow Near You. And the first email says, here is how you find powwows in a state or province near you. Here's a list of all the states and provinces. Click on the link. The second one is a little bit more about what we offer as far as travel resources. And then the third one is, here's a guide for powwows. That's it. After that, then I funnel them into other sequences. So here in the automation, I know that when they complete the Find a Powwow in Your State sequence, these things are going to trigger. One, they're going to be put into the Throwback Thursday sequence. They're also going to be put into a sequence of the general powwows.com information. If you've heard me talk about sequencing before, this is kind of my general welcome sequence for everything to do with powwows.com. So this is one that they get into afterwards, no matter how they came into us. And then I also add a tag to them, and they are now put into our general segment that I'm going to use when I do my broadcast. So they come in, however they come in, whatever opt-in they choose, they're all funneled into Find a Powwow in Your State. And then from there, I funnel them into the Throwback Thursday. And here's another example of that, just so you see. I have an email opt-in on our live stream pages that, hey, if you want to get notified, if you want to find out when we're going to be streaming a powwow next, here it is. This is a 1 email sequence. It just tells them about our live streams and how to find them. And then, boom, they're put right into Find a Powwow Near You. So that happens, and we know when they complete the Find a Powwow Near You sequence, then they're moved into the Throwback Thursday. So I'm making sure that everybody gets there, and they're doing this in step by step. So on day 1, they're not bombarded with 15 emails from all these different automations. Now we can dive into the stats of one particular email. This one is, here are 5 events where you can experience Native American culture. So far this year, it's been sent to 70,000 people with a 34% open rate, which is really good, and a 3%, which for me is fantastic, click-through rate. So this has sent so far 2,300 people back to that article. And so depending on when you come in, you're going to hit this article at a different stage, but I know that with a 3% click-through rate, I'm going to be generating around 2,500 clicks every week for all of the sequence, for the whole sequence. So this is just going to continue to churn. You can see this one also generated several other clicks, which is really cool. And it only has 48 unsubscribes after 70,000 people received it. People love this content because you're giving them information that they already want. They subscribe to you. They want your content. This is how we can provide it to them. So this is just a quick way of taking all that old content you have, that big box of content you have, repurposing it and sending it out to your audience using email. Give this a try and let me know what you come up with, whether it's a Throwback Thursday or Friday feature. Let me know how it works out for you. Thanks again for watching another episode of the OTW Show. I hope you will take action with these tips today, and let's start building your life and getting you on the way to living how you want to live. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon.